Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Ashley spoke about persecution in America and how it looks different. And often the disposition we get from others isn't from other religions, but from other Christians, disagreeing with each other. But still, persecution is very alive in the world for some Christians, in some parts of Africa and Asia, for example. Still, Christian living, even in America, can be an offense to others. In a previous Beatitude, Jesus spoke about a hunger and thirst for righteousness. That is what Christians do. We seek justice, and we seek to do good for others, and live in a righteous manner. This righteous living is what the world rejects, no matter the country you live in, or what city you live in, or what state. If you love chastity, meaning you refrain from sexual activity outside of marriage, your living will be offensive to those who love free sexual activity. If you live simply and happily, your life will be offensive to those who love lavish, expensive living, even if it means the lavish living comes at the expense of others. If you practice self-control, your living will be offensive to those who love to overeat and to overdrink. If you work hard, your life will be offensive to those who love to be lazy and cheat whenever they can. I care about what other people think about me a lot of the time, and a lot of my friends, even some of my closest friends, disagree with me on Christian living. But Jesus said I'm blessed for whatever persecution or insults I go through for his sake. Whatever insults, whatever loss I take from my hunger for righteousness. This won't feel like a blessing because it means we are drawing the lines in the sand for being followers of Jesus. We are receiving consequences for Christian living, and Jesus tells us we are able and should rejoice in that. So how do we rejoice in suffering and loss? We rejoice by knowing that our treasure is in heaven, not physical treasure like gold or riches, but the treasure of being close with God and close with other Christians. We can take whatever pain or whatever loss because our hearts and minds are focused on heavenly things. Think of the Old Testament prophets. My favorite is Amos, who told the Israelites that they were evil and they had chosen to live rich lives and forget about the poor completely. For his teaching and prophesying, criticizing God's people, he was exiled from his own people who he loved and never heard from again. Read Hebrews chapter 11 and see those who would go through any earthly thing for their love of God. I wonder what it would look like for us to desire the rewards of heaven more than the rewards of the world.